evening. How are we doing? Right. Welcome to what is going to be our first showing of the Metropolitan Line uh, and S-Stock Enhancement Plus Pack. So, we literally, for the first time, shared this with you all. I think it was Thursday or Friday last week, and that was via I think it was a selection of screenshots and a YouTube video first. Well, I think it was a YouTube video, then it was the web page. So that sort of came in that order. And then obviously tonight is where we're going to be showing you the pack. Basically, we're going to do two scenarios. We're going to show you the announcements that come with it, which is really cool as well, which is something that a lot of you have been asking for a long time, along many other things. We've tried to incorporate as much as what we can from what has been asked of stuff in the past. Another one being we've actually put a new track in. So the goo track, which we use in our newer routes, that's made it into the route, along with the addition of third and fourth rail to the model, which is really good to finally see on here, which was again another feature asked for. We've got detail in the point work and the slipper running boards as well. So we're going to take a look at all those. But yeah, there's a lot to try and show and cover this evening. Now before I get going anyway, I'm going to try and zoom my webcam in because I feel like it's a mile away. There it is. Which I usually do before I start the stream, which is a bad Tom moment. There we go. Good God. Hang on. There we go. It's better. Right. That is that. So, right. How will this work, you ask? Well, when you install the route, you'll be required to have the original Metline, of course. It overgoes over that. It'll install the route over the top, so it's basically an update to the original route ID. It won't be a new route ID as such. You'll get that, you'll get the announcement, you get scenarios, and all the goodness from that. So, to get the announcements working, it's pretty simple. You'll get a little application that will install to your desktop. You open that, you get a choice of two options. You'll get the normal volume, which is the sort of normal rate, and then a bit more. It's more of a realistic version where it's a bit more reduced. So as in the cab, really in the real world, it's pretty quiet, and you don't really hear a lot of the announcement noise. So we've got a reduced volume option if you wish to have that. Personally, for myself, I will be using the normal rate, so you can actually hear it, but it's the one I prefer to use as well. So the app is actually open. You won't see it as such. Basically, it's a little window, and it minimises as soon as you pick which version of the audio you want to have playing, and that is it. All you've got to do then is literally run through the scenario. So we'll do that in a moment. So good evening to whoever is here. So we've got Secluded. So Secluded is Benedict, part of the JT team. He's going to be here as well, answering any questions. So anything you want to put in there, if I don't see it, I'm sure Benedict will, and he will answer as well. You've got Laser Jordan, good evening. Prof Mouse, good evening. Welsh Jim, Trax Dutch, good evening. Craig H, 81, good evening. Ayrton and Rob Allen there as well. If you're just lurking, cheers for joining. Again, don't be shy, do say hello. We don't bite. John Moss, thank you very much for the like as well, and Craig H, thank you for the follow on Twitch there. Alan Tyson as well, thank you for the like. Jake Bonner as well, and also Ralph Joseph. Good evening, guys. Robert, good evening. Oxnopa as well. Ash, good evening. Seamus, good evening. Right, let's get moving. So, we are to take the service to Aldgate, Cullen stations along the way. Please set up your cab and allow the passengers to board for the 15, 18 and 30 seconds past departure. Further information can be found within the F1 briefing for your TCMS. Have a safe trip. Lorry driver and Mallard, good evening. So basically, before I get moving here, what you see is one of 14 scenarios. So there's 14 scenarios for the S8 and then the same version for the S7 Plus 1. Now, what they are actually driver duties, so they actually follow on from each other. They've been created as per the driving roster duties. So there is 1 to 8 parts on duty 936, I think it is, which is one of the ones we're doing. We're doing part 2 of that. You've also got duty 904 and I think duty 916. So basically the way when I say I put the scenarios together for this, I looked through the duties to try and cover every single area on the route and incorporate it into this experience. So you at least get to go everywhere. You get to do some of the semi-fast, you get to do some of the fast workings as well. So there's a little bit of everything in here. It took a little bit of working out trying to figure out which ones I could do with, but I got there in the end. So hopefully the ones that I've picked you will enjoy as much as I've enjoyed making them and testing them as well. It's been quite fun. So Duty 936 Part 2 I think we're on. So this is a Watford to Aldgate service. So we get to see a bit of this part and also the tunnels. So let's close this. Let's get our announcements working. So unpause the game. Let's put the key in. Into trip cock. Just normal sound set because we want to hear them. My personal preference is you're also using the normal as well. Lily of Fish, would the upgrade come with ATO? No ATO, unfortunately. That's not to say that in the future we won't look into adding ATO. There is possibly some further stuff to come for the trains. So anything like that, we hope we will have maybe down the line. But at the minute, there's no ATO. It was looked at, but there was a bit of an issue with it, unfortunately, at this part. So it had to be put to one side. But again, it hasn't been forgotten about. We would like to have it in there. So hopefully down the line, we will have that. All being well, fingers crossed. Right, so how many times have I got any braking testing? Not much, to be quite honest. I'm pretty fluent in the route, to be fair. Right, so to get your announcements working, if you open up and every scenario you get with this, look in the briefing. All the details for your TCMS are at the top, so hopefully you can see that. It might be hidden behind the thing, actually, to be fair. But basically, it starts with duty number, handheld radio number, train number, and destination code. So if we input all these, so first of all it's duty 936, handheld radio is 44123, train number is 424, click confirm, and our destination code is 215. Right, so let's set up. To activate the announcements, you will have to press TNL.
This is Watford. This is an all-stations Metropolitan Line train to Aldgate. The next station is Croxley.
So there we go. That is one of the first announcements you'll hear. There's all sorts. They've all been recorded off the train. Alex Ford, who is our gaffer, him and one of the Met train drivers who's helped out in the past with the Met line, had access to one of the trains on Neasden Depot, and they recorded all the sounds away from passengers being on the train making extra noise. So it was really good to have that assistance there. Right, so everything is actually set up with the train itself. Track Dutch, yes, we make routes at JT, so this is one of our routes. This is an enhancement to our original Metropolitan line, which is going to be coming out hopefully in the next couple of weeks. Ayrton predicts Tom will break the train with 1,000 channel points. Hopefully I won't break it. So when you say you've added third and fourth rail, does that mean you've added tracks with the third rail like you have right now? Yeah, so basically, you see here, so the GU track never had third and fourth rails on the model, so we've got them put on now. As you can see, those have all been transferred over onto the model. In the middle of the track, you'll see that there is third and fourth rail detail, along with the slipper running boards. Those are all sets of points along the route. That was quite a fun job. So it's all nice and tidy as well around there. You've got all sloped off rails now. The old third and fourth rails used to just sort of like end on a stump at the end. It didn't used to have all the run-off bits for the shoes, so that's all been added in now. It looks really cool, all set up like that. How's the Hope Valley going? It's going well. It's still progressing, which is it's going in the right direction. Work on Stockport's been done quite well at the moment, so that's coming on. Hopefully we'll have that back on next month for you guys. Sounds like a pro Met driver. I don't say pro, but hopefully I won't get red signalled and spadded. Right. Next stop is Croxley, so we're stopping at all stations on this one. Evening, Josh. Glad to hear you're enjoying it with the new track in there. It's so nice to have it in here. It feels like a totally new route. So you'll see as well we've refoliaged the route with TS Academy trees. That's one of the other things that we've done. Don't know if you said already when will this pack be released. It will hopefully be in the next couple of weeks, fingers crossed. Why did we change the foliage? We decided to give it an uplift, basically, just to go with everything else that we've done. The trees that were on the Midland are the really old JT ones that we used many years ago. We just thought we'd give that a bit of an uplift with stuff we have available. Bad day, good evening. So yeah, the slipper balls are basically, there's a couple of models. So basically, it's just a case of you've got one in each direction, left and right. I think it is something like that. I can't remember, but it is a separate asset, and you just literally place it as and where you need to. You can scale them if you need to do as well. It's just literally the couple of models we have, and we've used them throughout the route, and they've all worked nice on different sets of points, as you can see there. Same again here, and then even on like the crossovers like this. So it's worked quite well where we've used them on every little bit of points. So pretty simple to put in. And they literally, when you tab them as well, they tab into the right place, which is quite easy to place down. When's the train going to make the Glasgow South Western line? We have no plans, Laser Jordan, at this present time. No plans on A-Stock at the moment either, from ourselves. I personally would love to see an A-Stock train. So announcements will literally operate as you go through the run. They'll pick up as you come towards the station, they'll do their thing, and they work off longitude and latitude. The train literally tells the app where you are. It all speaks to each other, it all knows what's going on. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to key the announcements into scenarios. All you've got to do is make sure you pick the right destinations. We approach Croxley.
The next station is Croxley.
What's my favourite station on the Met Line? One of my favourite ones is Hillingdon. Hillingdon and Farringdon, I'd say. I'll get the right stopping point. This is always the big question. Nope.
This is Croxley.
What are the boards on the points for? So basically, my understanding is
This is an all stations Metropolitan line train to Aldgate. The next station is Moor Park.
So my understanding of the slipper boards it's to stop the third and fourth rail shoes from snagging. So it's, as you go over, it sort of lifts them up, I think, and gets them over the rail heads when you're going over points. I can never tell how fast I enter a station. I was told usually 30 to 35 mile an hour. I think about 30 should be alright. I mean, I come in sometimes at 35. I've never had a problem. So as you say, yeah, Josh, we do have announcements for this one. You'll hear them throughout this scenario and the next one. So we'll be seeing the Uxbridge branch later on as well. So we're going to do the run through to Aldgate and then have on the hill to Uxbridge. Approach control coming up here, so all the signals are exactly as they were on the original release of the route. Those have not changed. There was nothing to change with them. There's a number of new custom assets as well, loads of little bits and pieces added in. Stations has had quite a lot of work as well. You've got loads of new rebates on most, if not all, I think most of the models. Am I right? I've been in it. Was it all models or most of the models? It's not all stations. Say that. No. Yeah, with the man the gap. But yeah, a number of the stations did have a rebake and bits of refinements done to them as well, just to bring them up to scratch. Texture updates and stuff. That one is 19.9, I think, Dan, if I remember correctly. Nice, 20 to trigger off the signal. Did the announcements change by the time of day? For example, Baker Street, a line from Adam to Swords, one only plays during the tape. I don't think it does. I don't think you can be that defined with the software and the scripting, unfortunately, on that. But no, it does. It does tell you when you're going into London and stuff like that, changing points. It does tell you, like for landmarks and stuff. Just to confirm, so if you don't own the Met line, you've purchased it for the first time, will it be the updated version or separate? So no, you'd have to get the original one first, then the EP comes after it. Do note though, hold your horses, don't be buying the Met line today, wait till tomorrow. You can get yourself a pick and mix sale. JT's pick and mix sale starts tomorrow. So you may be able to pick some bits and pieces up and save a bit of money along the way. And I know the Met line is in there. I will also go over the items that you can expect to find in the sale. Scott's passed them over for me to mention about. And the sale starts tomorrow and runs through till next Tuesday.
The next station is Moore Park. Change for Metropolitan Line services to Amersham and Chesham.
So this is a changeover point where you can change obviously the services going the other way, so it tells you those. Make sure I get the right point. Try and get the cameras to come on at least. Nope.
This is Moore Park.
Why don't we see announcements for other stock? No plans at the minute.
The next station is Northwood.
No, there's no plans to do any other announcements currently. At this point in time, I don't think there'll be for anything else. It was done for this in terms of being a bit of a bigger project with the Met line, of course. Evening, Jet. Is it just JT TS stuff itself? Nothing to do with TS World, no. It's all the JT items. I think U-Bar and Frankfurt's in there, if I can remember correctly. Let me bring up the gen. I've got a little image. We're all in. So yeah, the items that you can expect to see on the sale. You've got Midland Mainline, Nottingham to Lincoln Extension. Nottingham Lincoln standalones on that, Sheffield Derby, DNL standalone and the extension are both on there. Swexer, so South Western Expressways to Reading. The Metropolitan line, of course, which is the base route which you will need for the EP. London to Ellesbury standalone, Chiltern Main line, London Ellesbury standalone, extension, sorry. The Voyager, the 222's in there, S8's on there as well. Then you've got Western Main Lines, Cornish Main Line extension, South Devon Main Line extension. The Class 67 and car carriers is also on that. Class 60 advanced freight wagons and also U-Bar Frankfurt 2. So the way it works, Buy any 2 products, you'll get those for £30. Buy any 3 products for 40, any 4 for 50. You can save up to £75.96 depending on what you go for. Jay, good evening. This isn't currently on the website yet. This isn't released. It will be released soon, a couple of weeks hopefully. So we are previewing it tonight. I agree, U-Barn is very good. It's a lovely route. If you like light rail and stuff, it's a really good product. Any thoughts on Metline for TS World 2? No plans currently.
The next station is Northwood.
No plans to do any revamps on Chiltern mainline at present, no. Pretty much mainly the team ourselves. This project's been a work in progress for about 2 to 3 months. Sort of a little bit of an in-betweener whilst we've been getting fully set up into TS World.
Northwood.
So our TS World stuff will be starting full guns blazing, really, sort of more or less
This is an
as we move forward now.
Metropolitan Line train to Aldgate. The next station is Northwood Hills.
The TS World stuff is actually occurring. There is stuff ongoing, work in progress now. So we are moving on to that very soon. Other teams that have been sort of working on this, we shift over, so that it sort of works in a phase. So when certain things have been done, we move on to that and start going, basically. So you've got Hope Valley to come as well, don't forget them. So there's other TS Classic stuff still to come, of course. Western Main Lines, no plans on Western Main Lines, no. Literally, there's no plans on any other of our products at present to do any revamp treatments. Might as well just put that one out there, rather than answering to each route. That's a new asset we've just passed. Have you clocked them? Those are a new asset. We've got little cabinets. We've got some new fancy point work buffers as well. There might be another one over here, actually. There's one. A bit more of a bulky one there, with all the buffer lock on it. Yeah, those are Metline cabinets, basically. So they actually are specific Metline ones. Typical tube cabinets. So there's all sorts as well, like existing assets that may have had issues have been fixed and tweaked as well. So there's loads of bits and pieces on this. The website is available to go and have a look at as well. Get yourself signed up to the emails as well. Basically, when the route EP announcement pack update comes out, you'll get an email notifying you that you can go and purchase. Good way to keep up to date with that and not miss out. Will JT still be creating content for TS Classic? I can't really say. I mean, we'd like to still have some stuff going and all that. But obviously, the in-house team as such will be all guns blazing to the TS World front.
The next station is Northwood Hills.
That's the other thing as well, adding a little bit of extra detail here and there, extra detail in the foliage as well, so we've made good use of the TS Academy stuff. That will be another thing you need to make sure you have enabled and installed is the Train Sim Academy, which is free. It comes with the TS game. You just need to make sure it's actually installed. Same like we say when we have our Midland mainline stuff. Mid to high 20s currently at the minute. It picks up and changes as you go along.
Line train to Aldgate. The next station is Pinner.
Depends if you're on a busy scenario as well. Let me just turn my steam off. Don't forget I'm streaming as well, so that'll be taking an impact on it. I've got all other software running in the background. Oh no, I'm not going to overshoot. I do my best not to anyway. I'm like a seasoned pro, usually. Is it looking good on the stream for you guys? Backdated trains will have to update the virtual district line to be compatible to one of the main DLC requirements. I don't think they'd have to update anything to be compatible. They use the base Metropolitan line route, so nothing's changed. The signals haven't changed. Updated common library. It shouldn't break anything on their side of things. We've not taken things out. We've not changed things. Updated some assets, but anything updated has gone into a specific new folder on stations. Everything that as was is still as was for existing routes that use like requirements. Excellent, good routes. It's looking good at your end, guys. The Pinners next. I can indeed. See if I can actually stop at the station as well. This will be fun. I'm driving with keyboards now as well, which is always fun. Usually control set, but I've not set it up. I think I'm towards the back of the train here.
The next station is Pinner.
There were more near the back. Might overshoot. It's hard to say. I've overshot because I'm inside a train. Can't quite tell where you are. Never mind.
This is Pinner. This is an all-stations Metropolitan Line train to Aldgate. The next station is North Harrow.
I did say that, but because I've come in here, it's hard to judge where I am. I think I'm second or third coach to the back. It's quite hard to tell. I'm staying here for the departure. I'm glad to hear it, Craig. I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad that we finally we've got the announcements in the game, and it was something that was always asked on like the main release originally on the Metline, and it was asked so many times when we'd ever streamed it. And we said maybe we don't know, never say never, and we finally we've got announcements, which is really good. So the announcements were hand by they've been worked on by Mark Fox. You may know of Mark Fox in the community. He's done other announcement stuff in the past as well on other stock, so he's been working very hard on that. As well, we've had help from Jack Hales on some bits and pieces for the reduced sounds there as well, so he's been doing some mods like tweaking sound files and stuff. Myself and Benedict have worked on the scenery and updating and all that sort of jazz. It's been quite a big collaboration.
North Harrow.
Oh yeah, yes, as well. Jack did very kindly put the track in the third rail and fourth rails in for us. Of course he did.
This is North Harrow.
We've got if I can find them
This
somewhere.
is an all stations Metropolitan line train to Aldgate. The next station is Harrow on the Hill.
Now you will hear the announcements if you go flying around because it's on an external app. I don't think I can find them around here. We have earthing cables and stuff. I might get some screens at some point, yeah. There is ambient audio on the stations. Some stations where we did get recordings ages ago in the original release, so you will hear, if you're outside, you may hear them go off. But the announcements that come with this pack are for the actual train itself. Now you can actually run this on pre-existing scenarios. You don't have to. It doesn't just work with the scenarios that come with this pack. You can literally use these announcements on the original scenarios of the S stock. You can use it on free roams, quick drives. It'll work with anything. It literally works with anything. As long as you put the code in for the right destination off the TCMS, it'll work. As long as you've got the app running, of course. And new scenarios in the future as well. So anyone makes a scenario, you can just literally go and open the app and it'll work. So we're coming up to Harrow on the Hill. Uxbridge branch comes underneath and sort of in the middle of here. You'll see where the flyover is. If you've not seen them play the Metline before. Darko, good evening, how are we doing, mate? What's the right code for when you start at Neeson Depot? 999 for not in service. Put the train number in that your train is going to be servicing, but for the destination code put 999, that brings you not in service. No announcements will play for that though. But you'll have the right code numbers. Will this app be something for the VDL? No, this won't work with VDL.
Metropolitan line services to Uxbridge and National Rail services.
Yeah, it would have to be a separate thing if there's anything like that was made. Yeah, this app only works with the Metline. This one, it's all coded up for the locations of this route.
This is Harrow on the Hill.
I noticed some fancy, nice, updated advert boards.
This is an all stations Metropolitan line train to Aldgate. The next station is Northwick Park.
So basically, the advert boards that we've had on our common library for all this time we're looking a little bit backdated, outdated. So Will's been through them all and given them a spruce up. So those, when you get this common library, they'll update. You don't have to put these down; they'll just overwrite the original ones, and they've been sort of kept in the same style. Obviously, advert boards for products, just newer routes. The dog's assist has now been updated to Diesel and Me, which is Mark's dog. Yorkshire Airlines has been updated. Mark features on that one now. We've also got the original JT and JF1, of course. Eat More Pies has been updated. Piesdirect.com. We've got DNL as well there. So they've just given a bit of a spruce up, just a bit of new splash of colour. Would AI show fast and semi-fast? Currently not, but there is plans, fingers crossed, for some updates in the code to come. At this moment in time, it's not set in stone, but there's something we'd like to still do. So there's still stuff that we want to do. Will it work the Steam version of the Met? We are hoping so. We are working with somebody who has a copy of the Steam version, so we are going to be finding out hopefully this week, maybe next week, obviously with a bank holiday, what the story is on that. We are hoping it will, and we hopefully will have a way around sorting that. We want it to work with the Steam version at the end of the day. So we will let you guys know as soon as we know and we get that defined answer. Don't just say yes, I hopefully won't give you the right one. So at the moment it's a 50-50, we're waiting for the answer. Mark's face, yeah, mate, he's very photogenic for a poster. Yeah, they were, Jack. Just finished the stream on CS World 2. What do I think? I've not seen it, Darko. I couldn't answer on that, unfortunately. I will be watching it later on. I'll be taking a look myself. Right, back into the inner lines. So these are the slow lines. The outer lines are the fast for the fast straight through services. They don't call it Norfolk Park, Preston Road, and Wembley Park. And there is, I think there's a scenario it does them as well, if I remember correctly. There's definitely fast services that run on the bit that miss out Moore Park and all that stuff. Oh, nice, Benedict. I will be having a look myself in a bit.
The next station is Northwick Park.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Give me a buzz. I've got a camera.
Between the train and the platform.
This is Northwick Park.
Now, one of the things that always bugged me was Wembley Park. Now, Wembley Park used to pop into view quite late on. We finally got it fixed. We've got it sorted.
The next station is Preston Road.
Preston Road. Cheers, Baz. So that lights up in Iceland at night as well. It's got some cool colours. I've managed to work some colours. I looked some pictures on the internet and managed to get some colours to sort of match up how it does at night. So if you do a nighttime scenario, it'll look quite smart in the distance. I think it lights up blue and white or something like that. I think blue on the arch and I think white sort of on the lower bit, possibly. Wembley Park, Wembley Stadium, Wembley Football Park. Oh, we've made use of Tibbo Tool as well. 100. 3 features for a couple of runs on this. It's not a free upgrade. No, it's priced at $9.99. It's not out yet. It's already on the website, the price, but you need to have the existing Metline installed. So for your money, you get announcements pack, which is an application. Which you previously may have seen with other packs before out there. We've also got 14 new scenarios, a full route overhaul, plenty of new custom assets as well, so there's loads of stuff. New track on there, upgraded foliage. There's a link there. Benedict should put the link in if anyone wants to see. Cheers, Benedict. When we get to final announcement change for Elizabeth line, I don't think it does. It shouldn't do because this route is before the Elizabeth line. I'm pretty certain I've not heard Elizabeth line come through, so no, it won't do. Unless I'm wrong, I don't think I've heard that.
This is Preston Road.
What makes you think we messed up in the first place?
This is an all-stations Metropolitan Line train to Aldgate.
Why'd you say that?
The next station is Wembley Park.
We are basically charging because it's a route overhaul. We've brought the route up to standards, put new content in there, new scenarios, application pack. At the end of the day, it costs the company money for the work to be done. I'd love to know what we messed up on. Take all feedback on board if there's something we messed up on. You don't, yeah, the announcements app. You literally have to open it up. It'll be a little program on your desktop, little green logo with JT on it. Literally run that, and then off you go. That's all you need to do. Track FPS. So the track was the original route, Metline. The track was the only track we had. Was our older track. So at the time we didn't have this track in our library at all to use. Trees, we used the very old JT trees, not the newer trees that you may think of what we use on the Midland main line. Yeah, FPS maybe. Yeah, I think we've managed to help a bit on the FPS side as well. To be quite honest with what we've done. There's been all sorts done to the route. There is also a service pack, as Benedict put in there as well, for the original Met lines, so there's stuff to come for that. So the key core fixes that we needed on this have gone into that as well. So if you don't want to pick up the enhancement pack, you will get an update on there as well in some form.
Change for the Jubilee line. Exit for Wembley Stadium and Wembley Arena.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
They're pretty much red. Is it red R3D? Yeah, pretty much. Same style. When you open the application, it'll ask you if you want to have the normal volume like you hear on this stream tonight. You can have a reduced volume as well, so it's a bit quieter as per it would be in real life. Because in real life, you don't really hear anything in the train. It's very quiet. It's very soundproofed. But we've given you two options on that, just for your choice.
Between the train and the platform.
This is Wembley Park. This is an all-stations Metropolitan Line train to
Cheers, Buzz.
Aldgate. The next station is Finchley Road.
What do you mean there, Countess? Sorry. Yeah, if you think this route's been out, what, 3 years now? So a lot of the stuff we had at the time wasn't available to us. Like I say, the track was one of the things we didn't have at the time. We had the older track, the older 3D and 2D tracks we had. The slopes. So do you mean like these here? These are just basically run-ups for the shoe. So it basically builds it up for the shoe to get on top of the rail rather than it just hitting a slab end. So not to like knock the shoe off. I think really, that's my understanding anyway. It wouldn't like rip the shoe off the side basically. So it gives it a gradual sort of join up to the top of the railhead. And then it'll, as well at the other end, it'll sort of slope off and then back up again. Same with the wooden boards. They slope up a bit, so it stops the shoe from snagging basically. We hunted high and low for the proper name for them wooden slopes as well. We called them wooden slopes at first, wooden boards, and we eventually got the name. It was slipper running boards. A random name, really strange name. I think we had the older name at first, didn't we? And then we got the proper name for it in the end. Another cool thing, whilst we're passing, I'll just have a quick mooch over here, is not Wembley, Neasden Depot. Originally, Neasden Depot, you could not go inside the shed. Until now. We have now finally managed to open the doors and you can actually go inside. So there is another little feature. If you want to have a drive in and out of the depot, you can now do that at your leisure. Other bits of details have been added in here. We've got, I think, a bit of a cleaning point as well. So we've managed to get that in there as well. Added a bit more detail in the area, just to spruce it up a bit more, as you will. No, these are the only ones that'll be open. So we kept 3 doors open on the lines rather than having them all open. So we sort of went for that sort of kept it sort of like even, more or less. The rest of them, these are all shut as they were. The track's electrified. We've electrified the tracks. If you want to drive in and out, you can. It gives you the option. I think in real life they're possibly dragged in there. They might have like one of the little electric crab things that drags the trains in, possibly. But we've electrified it, so if you want to drive in and out of there, you're more than welcome to. Just to give you something else as well. I've only seen doors down. Evening Ross, I'm well, and hope you are as well. Hope you're enjoying. Yeah, there's literally the battery. The Blackpool trams. They had a little yellow battery loco thing called the Crab. Pretty nippy actually as well. But yeah, they just dragged the tram, what it would be, into the depot. Hopefully that sounds right. So yeah, Chiltern Main Line's just literally coming here now, so that came in here. So other bits of scenery, we had a compound missing here, so we put the missing compound in and stuff like that as well, and a bit of extra detail there. There's all sorts, there's loads of updates and changes. We've changed loads of assets over and all of the further out trees as well, so it's not just the nearby trees, we've actually, for the most part, updated all the 2D trees. Houses have been changed over, there's buildings changed over as well, we've got newer buildings in. So whatever we've got in our common library, we've literally gone through and stripped and changed where possible, so it just brings it up to newer standards. Like for example, our petrol stations, there's one thing for example. Offices and stuff like that, we've had new bits made for them. For example here, really clever way of doing things as well. Really cool the way the Benedict's done that. They're literally texture blocks, and you can shape them up. We've got loads of different ones that look like office blocks and stuff like that as well, so we've managed to sort of like make schools and stuff like that as well, when we haven't been able to in the past. So we've got something that sort of represents things now. It's a really cool way of doing things, different. You can just literally drag them as big and small as you need them. All the bridges on the route have all been updated as well, so all your generic bridges, this one's been updated, that's got new texture on it, but the metal over bridges, those have been updated now, so they're now using newer models rather than our older ones where you might have seen like yellow and black chevrons underneath them and stuff. We've now got better models in there, just part of, again, bringing things up to standards really. Dolly Hill's been updated as well, it's a new custom. It used to have a generic model on top of it. I think it was one of the Rislip stations up further around on the Chiltern. So we've now got a custom station in there for that, which has been built, which looks really cool. So new CL houses down the side of the track and stuff like that. There's just so much stuff that's been done. Just hope it makes you want to drive it more and more. Everything's been given a lease of life. Again, with the announcements, it's really fun now. You can actually hear them. Gives you something else to listen out for. I don't think there's literally any station that hasn't had something small or large done to it. Like, there's been something more or less for everything. Even if it was just a little bit of a Z-fine texture, we've updated stuff like that as well. So Benedict's done a mass like texture update on a lot of them, where it's got newer platform edge textures as well, a lot more consistent going through. And I said the rebakes and all stuff like that. Some of the stations got a bit of a rebuild as well. West Hampstead coming up in a minute is one of those. Croxley had a rebuild as well. Hillingdon's had a rebuild. We'll see Hillingdon in a bit. Evening, Nigel. How are we doing? Another cool little thing, I mean, you're not even really going to drive it, but we've updated the OHLE on all the routes. So, for example, North London line is the North London line style OHLE. All the stuff that's in our common library we've managed to put in. Midland main line's got its correct type OHLE. We go over the West Coast main line. But we've passed over there ages ago. That has its right one, and also at Farringdon, that's got the right type OHLE as well. So they've all got the right types. Just little things like that. New apartment blocks as well on the side here. This is West Hampstead, which I was saying about before. So one of the key things that it's had done is actually it's now got a frontage. I don't think it actually had anything on the front originally, so it didn't have any like signage, entrances, shops, or anything like that. So Benedict's put all those in. We've even got the roundel outside now. A bit like you see with the BR logo, we've got the LU logo at roundels. Major rework in here as well, in terms of the building itself, rebates, lights placed inside now. I don't think they had any strip lights originally, so it's been brought up right to standard. Along with all the housing and buildings around the side of it as well, a lot more accurate as it was. And a home base. We have a home base. We now say farewell to the DIY warehouse that has stood there for so many years.
The next station is Finchley Road.
I will go back to that station in a moment for you. Hang on.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Certainly will. It's a release date. I haven't got a date to pass yet, although it will be soon. Hopefully in the next few weeks. We're hoping, all being well. It's not far. It's in testing. I'll put it that way, so that'll give you a bit of an idea. Another little thing as well, we've updated the passengers on the platforms, and rather than using the Kuju platform loss, it now uses Train Sim Academy ones. So you've got the newer characters walking up and down.
Mind the gap
Got
between
cameras
the
up.
train and the platform.
This is Finchley Road.
Finchley Road,
This
that.
is an all-station Metropolitan Line train to Aldgate. The next station is Baker Street.
Pause for a second. So you wanted to see this station again, did you, Josh? There we go. You tell me if there's anything specific you want to say. I'm very happy to show it. Has the performance improved? I'd like to hope so. I feel like it has improved in places with what we've done and where we've tidied things up. I do think there has been an improvement. I mean, people have said on the stream before it was looking smooth, so that's one thing. Apart from Chesham, of course, for the reason. Yes, there's one platform you won't see the new people on is Chesham. Basically, because it's the way it had to be built. Because it's a station on such a big curve, you can't lay an invisible platform loft in one continuous run without it breaking. It's alright, so no pros at all there, Josh. Happy to show it. Got roof lights in there as well. That's the home base as well. But yeah, you can see a Midland main line. It's got its right type of OHLE. You're never going to drive down there, like, but it's just there. If you wish to run an AI train, I'm not even sure if it's got portals. To be fair, has it got portals? Let's have a look. Yeah, it's got portals. No, it hasn't. That's North London line. There is some up there though. I might look at putting some more portals in there in case anyone wants to drive their own, like have their own stuff on there as AI. There's the earthing cables I was talking about before. You can see them on there. Was this what people were thinking of about a battery shunter needs to? Yes, that is definitely what I was thinking of. So is that basically like that's like a Nitek? It's like a crab. It's basically like a crab thing. The radio control, I think. It's definitely something like that. Yeah, cool little machine. Right, so off to Baker Street. Platform signage, yeah, the signage has all been placed down as it should be off our reference material when we've done our research in the past. Some stations have had extra bits of clutter added as well, where bits were missing. Benedict's done a bit of a sweep on platform clutter as he's been doing station updates. So there is new like extra benches where needed and stuff like that. New lamps at some stations have been made as well, to be more correct. Yeah, one of the big things with the station itself, with it's the bakes and stuff that make them so much nicer. Station nighttime lighting has been reworked as well on stations, so at night time they actually have a better lighting. Pro control somewhere around here. This one always catches me. I always forget. I'm pretty certain it's 20. Even though it's a higher speed line, it's still 20. For whatever reason. Just a picky complaint, are the announcements wrong, as these newer style announcements that say the destination first to the next station were introduced a few years after the route is set? As far as I'm aware, no, these are the correct ones. They were done by the guy that's coded them up as well. He's been out researching them. You've also got the tube driver that's helped us out as well there. A lot of videos have been watched as well to make sure we've got the right ones. As far as I'm aware, these are the correct ones for the period of route. I can certainly pass it on just to make sure and double check that for our next time showing. I've missed the approach control. There is still sometimes one that does catch me on. 2018 for the route, I think. Or before actually. No, 2018 Midland Mainline. Now this route was I think 2016 or 17, because obviously the route was started around that time. Way before I started working at JT. Yeah, you got the Hammersmith City and Circle lines that come in at Baker Street, don't you? It has been one of the longest routes in Dev. Yeah, it was quite a long development on this. I think I spent about 6 or so months on the development side when I started, and it'd been in development quite before I started anyway. As you can see now, I'm making a pig's ear of this. signs. Where's my trip? Reset. Someone did say I had spad, didn't they? Should get this in the right order. Come on. And I don't want to play ball, does it? Which is totally typical. Why is it not doing that? Is it restricted? Traction reset, trip copy. That's why. I put it down to being in the dark. You definitely know when you got the right one because it makes it like a little clunking noise. I'll have to tab that because this one links up with the other one. Don't go off again. There we go. We're alright. To be quite fair, the timing will go off by the time we've done our Baker Street pick up.
The next station is Baker Street. Change for the Bakerloo, Circle, Hammersmith and City and Jubilee lines. Exit for Madame Tussauds.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Exit for Madame Tussauds. Now you wouldn't think I knew how to drive this route. I've been driving it up and down for weeks on end. It's a 3-minute job for the timer to go off. You have this little scat icon. They call it the scat icon. It comes up on the TCMS little screen there. Hey up! How do, Matt? That was a 4.9. The draw signals in middle of track.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
This is Baker Street. The next station is Great Portland Street.
Great Portland Street next. So the tunnel stations have had quite a big change in the lighting. Benedict worked on that. He managed to find a real good setting on that. So you'll see that as we move through the next ones. A lot of tweaking was done to get the right shade, sort of the right colour in the bulbs. King's Cross, yeah, across St Pancras. That's had quite a lot of work done to it. Oh, get off! Come on. The scat icon's gone, by the way, now. So that's another approach control coming up. Should change, there we go. There we go. Put power on. For a moment. Always remember as well, when you're driving the tube stuff, you can actually power up as soon as the nose of the train's gone past the next speed board, so it will tell you speed and it'll tell you off, but LUL practices are that you can actually pick up as soon as, rather than when the board goes past the rear of the train. If there's any with red outline on this. Possibly on other tube routes. Not on this
The
one.
next station is Great Portland Street. Change for Circle and Hammersmith and City Line services via Paddington.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
It is in today's world. It is actually ATO now, but not on the on what we're portraying.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
This is Great Portland Street.
No, I didn't hold that one up, Josh. That was a Circle Line
This
train,
is
so
an
it was going the other way anyway.
all-station Metropolitan Line train to Aldgate. The next station is Euston Square.
If there's any questions that you want to ask, do fire away. We are here for some time yet. We do have another scenario after this as well. Yeah, Ross, so basically all you need to do is, on the scenarios we provide, let me just put the F1 on, you won't see it fully, but if you look, yeah you can actually, it's all there. So you see where the duty number is underneath here, where my mouse is? On all the new 14 scenarios that we've got with this route update, and well, update, I say update, it's actually an enhancement pack, with the enhancement plus pack, you'll get at the top the duty number, handheld radio, train number, and then desto code. Those are in the same order as you would input them on the TCMS. So on all our scenarios on this pack, I've provided all the details that you need to put in. If you're making your own scenario, you then have to go and work out the TCMS what number you need to put in, and then you can put it in your briefing and stuff. But it's literally all you need to do. Open the app, choose your normal rate volumes or reduced volumes, accept it. The little app will minimise, and then literally all you got to do is put your stuff in on the scenario, and it'll do it all itself. It'll do everything. You don't have to do any scripting or anything like that, like you may have done in the past with some like scenario stuff. You can do. It's all there for you. It's all in the little program, and it knows the app works and talks to the game. It passes information back along with each other, so it knows the longitude and latitude where you are coming up to a station, and it knows what to play. It's really clever. Really good bit of kit. It's just so easy and simple to just pinpoint it in.
Is Euston Square. Change for London Overground and National Rail services from Euston.
It'll work on quick drives, free roams, standard. It'll work on anything. As long as you put that code in and you have that application working, it'll work.
This is Euston Square.
And the way when you install it, it'll you need to have the original Metropolitan route first, and then you install the Enhancement Plus pack, the announcements, and everything is all in one installer.
The next station is King's Cross and Pancras.
And if you haven't got the Metropolitan line, hang on. As of tomorrow, there is the pick and mix sale coming on. That starts tomorrow and ends next Tuesday following after. Metropolitan line is in there. In the real world it can share it, but not on our pack at the moment, no. There may be a possibility down the line that we may be able to have that in there, but at the moment it's not. We have actually had it working in the past a long time ago in development, but it got took out for some reason, and it was looked at for this pack, but unfortunately when the pack was started, obviously COVID and all the lockdowns stopped us from getting access into the trains, so this is one of the reasons why we haven't got the ATO as such, because obviously COVID and restrictions. But again, it's something hopefully maybe down the line we can look to implement. We had to unfortunately do what we could. Evening, Ben. We'll be doing the overground bit again in a bit on our second and last scenario.
The next station is King's Cross and Pancras. Change for the Northern, Piccadilly and Victoria lines, national and international rail services. Exit for the Royal National Institute of Blind People and the British Library.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
The S7+1 and the S8 will be patched for a couple of scenario fixes. There's nothing core-wise really in the train that's going to be updated. I think there's one sound thing as well, something to do with the bogey noises, like the track joint volumes. But other than that, there's a couple of scenario fixes. Everything that you need will be in the actual EP installer for the application of the announcements and all that stuff.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
It pretty much is, Ross. Yeah, it's the same sort of thing. It's the same guy that built that that's done this for us. So it's pretty much the same method and all that.
This is an all stations Metropolitan Line train to Aldgate. The next station is Farringdon.
I'll pause this for a second just so you can have a look around. So yeah, this station's had a huge amount of work done to it in terms of bakes, textures and stuff like that. Adverts updated. It's massive. This is one of the ones that's had a lot done to it in the tunnels. All up here as well, we've got updated textures for the lines and stuff, updated resolutions and stuff like that as well. This is a really cool station, especially with all the adverts and stuff in there. This is the one that Benedict uses the most, so there you are. Benedict's put his heart and soul into it. Well, that's good to hear, Mini Josh. That's one of the things that we like to hear. Is that if you can see the updates in there and you can see the changes, that's a big thumbs up. That's what we've been working towards. The main thing is that you guys can actually see what's changed and stuff, and you're noticing that. That is a good thing for us. Which shows it's not just a small little thing we've done. The amount of work we've put into this over the last 3 months is a lot. It's like a whole new route. It'd be nice as well. Hopefully, it'll push extra scenarios out there as well. Did I just clock something I shouldn't have there? I did. Benedict, can you just make a note that some OHLE over the route here that I need to remove? Because I'll get rid of that tomorrow morning. I don't know how. That's not me either. That's Benedict that's put that in there because he's the one that did the OHLE. He must have slipped through by accident. I'll remove that. It won't be there tomorrow. Yes, Prof. Yeah, long weekend, not long to go now. Just get tomorrow out of the way. I'm off. Benedict's off. We're all off. Hope you've all got something good planned for the Jubilee weekend as well. Whatever you're doing, whether it's just enjoying a bit of TS, having a barbecue, having a couple of drinks to celebrate. I think we're having a barbecue here on Thursday.
Is Farringdon. Change for national rail services.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
We've also got a tram convoy to go and watch for the Queen's Jubilee Parade in Blackpool, so there's a big convoy of 11 heritage trams out. So I'll be going out and watching that. There's all sorts going on. Yeah, nice to have a couple of days off work. There's a draw signal somewhere around here, up there. You tomorrow for 6 nights, blimey. I could have slowed down a bit later, really, to be fair with this.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
This is
Well, let's work with the Steam version of the route. So if it's been asked, don't have to apologise at all if you've missed it. We are working with a chap
This
who
is the
has a
Hall
copy of the
Station
Steam route.
Metropolitan Line train to Aldgate. The next
Let me
station
get it now.
is Barbican.
So yeah, we're working with someone who has a copy of the Steam version. So we are going to be working with him hopefully the next day or two. Hopefully by the beginning of next week we should have the answer on whether it'll work with that or not. We're confident it should do. There's a couple of ways around that we can make it work. Fingers crossed. So we will have that answer as soon as we can. And what I'll probably do is we'll probably get a post put out just to let you guys know if you do have the Steam version that you will be able to use this. All being well, I'm hoping very much so. But I'm hopefully confident that we'll get the right answer that you all want to hear. Right, bear with me just 2 seconds, guys. I just quickly need to run into the kitchen and grab something because little one's after something. Bear with me 2 minutes and we'll continue with this. If there's any questions, pop them in the chat. Benedict is here as well, so he will answer anything you need to know. I'll be literally 2 moments. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Let me just put this lamp on. Look, it's going a bit dark. There we go. You actually see me. Right. What have I missed with comments here? Have a look. Yeah, I'll certainly have a look at the Thames link for you, Ross. Not a problem at all. I will do that now. I'll get rid of the F3 there. Could do with updating the ticker with new releases. What do you mean ticker? I'm lost. Oh, do you mean the screenshot thing? It does get updated. It does get new things put in there. You just have to wait for them to come through. Yeah, we do get new pictures, and when they come through, we do put them in there. It's just sometimes you have to wait for them to, cause they're sort of randomised. So sometimes you may see them, sometimes you might not. So yeah, Farringdon's again got actually to suit the right area as well there, and all that. Not a great deal was done with Farringdon, to be fair. No, it had a rebake. For the most part, I think a lot of the textures on this one were pretty much spot on. To be fair, I think am I right there, Benedict? Is it a bake for the main part of this station? Possibly the platform edge textures as well. I'm sure Benedict will be able to confirm on that. Yeah, pretty much a rebake. There we go. This one was pretty much spot on, to be fair. From our original release of the route, it's one of my favourite stations. This. I just love the openness of it and the lighting it lets in. Hillingdon, yeah, one of the biggest station changes. Yeah, that's quite a big rebuild. We'll see that in our next scenario as well. No worries at all, Ross. I say anyone wants me to show something, just tell me to stop and I'm happy to have a look. Something that catches your eye. Oh, we've got sand drag as well. We've got sand piles. Little bunkers of sand.
The next station is Barbican. Exit for the Museum of London.
Is the third rail at Farringdon on Thameslink tracks as a separate loft? That one may well be the older style. I'll soon tell you. Let me have a quick look at it. Work out. It might be the same one, to be fair. No, I think it's the same. No, it's the same one. It's just a third rail version. So there's a third rail and fourth rail, so you can just swap between. You can turn them on and off when you lay the goo track rule. That is, you just go in the track settings, you can swap that over. Is it separate loft? Maybe. I don't know. I can't remember. I don't think I've really touched anything with that, to be fair. So it may have been existing loft on normal narrow track. It's usable. You can put AI down there if you wish.
This is Barbican.
We just didn't put AI on it just to keep the requirements down in our scenarios.
This is an all-station Metropolitan Line train to Aldgate. The next station is Moorgate.
One of the big changes here is the fact that our old Moorgate branch of the National Rail Network section was very, very clean. So we've got a rusty track in here now as well. So we've got rusty track, we've got loads of clutter, we've got plants in the planters and stuff like that. So this is quite a change of view. Can I pull in a fast stop on the mark? I'll give it a go. I'll give it a go. I don't think there's an approach control in that station, so I might be able to do it. Yeah, the third rail was lifted here, yeah. So I looked at pictures on Flickr, and it's literally just track. The track's here, bits of sleepers and stuff like that. Pretty much now, yeah. I was talking to Mark Fox, and believe it actually had OHLE in here as well. I didn't realise it was overhead wires. I thought it might have been, I think it was both, potentially. From what I think it had OHLE down there. Entrance in the Barbican westbound platform. Have they put a platform entrance in there then, have they? That wouldn't be there on the on our area of routes. Maze Taze, thank you for the follow. Good evening.
The next station is Moorgate. Change for the Northern Line and National Rail Services.
It does have approach control, have to be careful there.
This is
Which apparently
Moorgate.
hasn't changed, so I missed that. Where was the thing for that? Oh, it's there. I
This
couldn't
is
storm me
the
past that.
station, Metropolitan Line to Aldgate. The next station is Liverpool Street.
It was OHLE, was it? Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, it's mad. Mad that I had OHLE down there. It's really cool. Glad to hear you're enjoying their Amaze Taze. Just lift the Elizabeth line, is it? You and Ingerfield, good evening, thank you for the like. How are we? I think the approach control for this station is 14.9. It's a little bit higher than the other ones. They're all like 9.9 for the rest of them. This one's a little bit higher. Ah, yeah. Look at that, the old A stock on the left hand side. I would love A stock. Big link. How we doing, Doctor?
The next station is Liverpool Street. Change for the Central Line, TfL Rail, London Overground and National Rail Services.
Yeah, just OHE. Yeah. Question, fire away, Prof. Where's the restream bot?
This is Liverpool Street.
What about a restream bot? Is there such thing? I don't think we've got one set,
This is
to be
an
honest.
all-station Metropolitan Line train to Aldgate. The next station is
We've got Nightbot.
Aldgate.
Is he going to... It's there, look. Nightbot's there. Nightbot's white. No. No, just have the timer thing that comes up sometimes for stuff. There's a timer that's popped up for this, the pick and mix cell. That's the only thing we've got on the timer this evening. So again, if you haven't got the Met line, hang fire till tomorrow. There is a pick and mix cell. The Met line is included in that, along with many other. Oh, look at that! It just popped up. Many other exciting little add-ons of our collection are in there as well. Not doing very well with these approach controls tonight, am I? It's that one as well. That one I think is 9.9. It's because I'm keeping with chat and stuff on. I miss these things sometimes. The upside is if you do miss one, you can tab it. There is a little hint that you don't have to just get spadded. You can tab it if you're quick enough. I agree. We'd love to see. You could probably get away with if you have the backdated trains in Virtual District Line. They have some old stock in there. You could probably get away with using the is it the C69 stock. You could probably get away with running with that. My God, what's going on with my
The
driving?
next station is Aldgate, where this train terminates. Change for Circle Line trains via Victoria. Please take your belongings with you when you leave the train. All change.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Yeah, you could get away with probably using the C69 if you were to do a bit of an older running run. I've contemplated doing that myself personally, as a stand-in for an A stock. So when you guys get older, you'll drive this perfectly well and you'll not miss any of the signals like I just did. Yeah. There is my tunnel signal guide video out there, which I probably should go back and watch. Please. Yeah, so. Hello Dan, how are you doing, mate? And here is the other updated buffer.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
This is Aldgate. When this train terminates, please take your belongings with you when you leave the train. All change.
These were an existing buffer that we had, but Benedict's updated them. He's not updated the common library version, he's made a separate version of them for the Met line, which has the updated textures in. There we go, we have made it to Aldgate. Don't forget your bags and belongings, we will be taking another service in a second. Do a run to Harron Hill. Railway driver, to continue with this duty, please upload part 3. So when you install the route, you'll get a nice fancy new thumbnail as well, just to say you're on the enhanced build as well there, as you can see. So the scenarios, I'll show you how the scenarios show as well. So, scenarios, as I say, there's 14 scenarios for the SM+1 and the same versions have been cloned for the S8. To find them, they come under these, so S8 UD. Duty 904 part 1 to 4, 916 part 1 and 2, and then the big one is part 1 to 8, which is literally, that one is a complete full driver's duty. Part 1 to 4 is half of a duty, and then the 916 is the first couple runs of a duty which cover the Amersham stuff and the fast and stuff like that. So there's a little bit, again, there's a little bit of everything in there for you. Basically, I tried to work out and include as much of the route and as much of the types of workings that the Met run in terms of the fast, the semi-fast, the all station stoppers as well. There's one that runs out of the Uxbridge depot as well, which is that you prepare your train and get into the platform ready for the service. And then you run the first four, which it takes you through to the driver break. 916 is just a couple of runs. It's a Sunday timetable. And then 936 is, again, is the big one, which is virtually a start to end of a duty. So you start at 1447 at Harrow on the Hill. You sign on Harrow on the Hill, run to Watford, do the scenario we've just done. Then you do a Watford back to Harrow on the Hill for your meal break. And then you take a Harrow on the Hill to Uxbridge, Uxbridge to Baker Street to Watford, and then you do ECSs. So then you won't have the announcements on these ones, but these are the ECS moves. So weirdly, you get to Watford, and then you run back to Amersham out of service, to then run back to Watford sidings out of service again. It's so weird that you wouldn't just go out and come back in. You got to go all the way to Amersham to come back. So that was included as well. So there's a little bit of something in there. That runs till about 10 to 9, so you've got quite a few hours there. There's plenty of driving time. Right, so what was I running next? I think it might have been that one. Oh, sorry, it was Harrow on the Hill. Sorry, no, it's that one here. Harrow to Uxbridge. So it's the same duty essentially, we're just going a bit further in the day. What am I talking about? Not doing the other one. I'm not going to Baker Street. Yeah, so a lot of the clutter, we've managed to use a load of clutter out of the TS Academy stuff. So there's loads of bits and pieces in there, like cable reels, gravel bags, wooden sleeper boat and all that sort of stuff. So there's loads in there. Right, with your meal break now over, it's time to continue the second half of your shift. You join train 442 here at Harrow on the Hill, bound for Uxbridge. Rightio. Right. I am running on third rails as well if anyone's watching, so you can see where we are. Just put my details on there. Train 442, Harrow on the Hill to Uxbridge. Right, that's in. Right. Quick loading times, yeah, it didn't take long to load up that. Depends on what type of scenario. It's a bit of a big one, it'll take a little bit longer. Depends how many trains you've got in it. Yeah. Sorry about that. Don't just love half term. Right, so we are on duty number 936 still again, so the train's set up there, so we'll get the code in. So 936 and it's 44123. Just to let you know, the handheld radio number is literally the same one throughout all the scenarios. I did try and request a proper number, but I think it's due to like a security thing. Basically, they're not allowed to give the codes of radios out, so I've made a number up, which is the same throughout. Which is basically your personal handheld radio number for these scenarios. Which, at the end of the day, makes sense if it's a security thing. Just bear with me 2 minutes, guys. I do apologise. Right, let's try and do this without getting interrupted. Right, so the duty numbers, I have duty roster sheets from our TFL driver that has been able to pass them on to us. I'm not allowed to pass them out, unfortunately. Right, so on this one we're going to call it West Harrow, Reynolds Lane, East Cote, Rislett Manor, Rislett, Ickenham, Hillingdon and Uxbridge. So let me just input that.
This is Harrow on the Hill. This is an all-stations Metropolitan Line train to Uxbridge. The next station is West Harrow.
Bit looking forward to your holiday too. I am, providing that TUI don't cancel my flight. There's a lot of hoo-ha going on at the minute, and there were flights getting cancelled. So, and I'm flying from Manchester, so I am crossing every single finger I've got that it don't get cancelled. Oh, hello. Where are you off? All right then. You go over there. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. You go over there. That's fine. just walk over in front of me. There potentially may be something that we can do to sort that, but again, it'll be in a further code update. It sorts itself out when you get out of the station. And I actually got over the tracks without getting electrocuted, to be quite honest. down to fly under the line. Also, I'm sure what from the bottom. It goes up to 50 for us on this line, but on the top line, if you're going across, it's 30 for ages.
The next station is West Harrow.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
One of my sort of general favourite views of the update we've done is just back at the where the lines cross. It'll sort of cross and split off.
Mind the gap between the train and the platform.
I'll show you that.
This is West Harrow. This is an all-station Metropolitan Line train to Uxbridge. The next station is Reynard Lane.
This is my kind of favourite views here. With the updated the trees and stuff like that, you've got the updated allotments in there as well. It's just a really cool view. Especially when you see trains. She did. She made it. I wouldn't recommend it to go and do it IRL. One disclaimer is also, by the way, because I've got AP weather in my game, it's overwritten on my side of things, but if you don't have AP weather, basically what it'll do is it'll just use the core weather. We haven't used AP weather, it's because the AP weather overwrites the core stuff as well, so for me it has it in there. For the sake of revising or reverting all my game files for the stream, it's just a lot of work to do it, so that's my disclaimer. You'll have the normal cloudy weather if you don't have AP weather. I'm not going to need to take these anymore because it'll tell you. The announcement will do it for me.
The next station is Reynard Lane. Change for the Piccadilly line.
Piccadilly line.
This is Reynard Lane. This is an all-station Metropolitan Line train to Uxbridge. The next station is Eastcote.
I mean, if you're a scenario creator and you have got the virtual district line, you can actually the trains are there. So the Piccadilly line trains are in that route. So you could, if you did make a scenario, you could actually put them in your own stuff. I've done that in my own stuff in the past, to be fair. So there is stuff available out there. Just we can't use it obviously in the payware side of things, unfortunately. Oh, he's done an absolute superb job as Mark getting these right. It's been a bit of a passion project for him as well. It's one of the things he wanted to do. So he's done an absolute bang on job. A lot of research and listening back on videos and recordings himself, just so he knows where things go off and how long and that. A very, very talented guy. Oh, definitely the immersion for this, for me, on the personal side of things, you know, the working on, probably be biased like. Personally, again, it has its improved the immersion. Having them announcements there, it just gives it a bit more, another dimension to it. It's really fun to drive. It's really fun listening to them as well when they go off. The great thing is, it's just so easy. You don't have to do any scripting like previously. I know in the freeware community, you'd go out there, you can download announcements, and you'd have to script them in with Lua. It's all done for you. You don't have to do anything. Yeah, I won't go outside.
The next station is Eastcote.
It's such a brilliant. Literally, download it, install it. It's just plug and play. It's brilliant. You can just go. So the difference between the normal and reduced ones, so basically the reduced volume ones are a bit more muffled, because in real life, in the cab, you don't really hear the announcements.
This is Eastcote.
You'll hear them faintly. I mean, and I can vouch that you don't hear them massively. You do hear them a bit, but yeah. So that gives you the option if you want to have a bit of a realistic one, but I like to hear them.
Uxbridge. The next station is Ryslip Manor.
And for the purpose of tonight's demonstration, I wanted to put them on full, not have them on quiet so you can't hear them. Exactly. Everyone has the preference and choice at the end of the day, so it gives you the chance to choose what you want best. I personally haven't even used the muffled ones because I just prefer to hear them. But again, the option is there. That's fair play. Again, that's everyone has their own preference. Again, it is a good thing that you can have choice. You're not just limited to one.
The next station is Ryslip Manor.
I've got to show this in a second. I will go through the sales stuff in a minute for those that didn't
This
miss it.
is Ryslip Manor.
I've got to show this. One of the big things that Benedict wanted to do was update the park
This
stuff.
is an all-stations Metropolitan
Update the
Line
park
train
stuff he
to
has, but he's not
Uxbridge.
updated the asset.
The
He's
next
made new park
station
stuff for the
is
Met update,
Ryslip.
upgrade, enhancement pack, plus pack, everything pack. We've got new park assets, and the absolute winner of the pack is the little train. It's absolutely hellfire. I've gone for the double-headed approach on this one. So literally a kit bash. You just place them down as different ones, so you can make it as long as small as you want. So I went for a kit bashed option of a double-headed train. We've got Matey Boy here on the swing. We've also got some slides as well. There's different coloured ones as well. There's a few different parts along the route you'll see. So yeah, it's just a nice, cool little extra feature. We've got some new bins as well, just to update our bin. But we had an old bin in here, and it was really, really old. But that one of my favourite little assets that's been done for this is the train. I'm absolutely chuffed to bits with that. So it's an absolute winner. I haven't shown FPS. I can't get it. It's not in the top corner on this somewhere, but I'm getting 30 FPS at the minute. It usually shows.
The
I'm not
next
sure if it's
station is Ryslip.
So again, this is another station that's had a bit of work in terms of like the colour scheme. Like the colours have been refined in the greens and stuff.
This is Ryslip. This is an all-station Metropolitan Line train to Uxbridge. The next station is Ickenham.
Adverts and stuff like that have been updated, and bakes and stuff like that. I think that may have been the original advert, to be fair. I'm not sure if these ones are new, but a lot of the stations do have new adverts put into them, just to update them up. Currently 34 FPS leaving Midland. So 36 then. So these are, I mentioned earlier, you may remember saying bridge models, and we used to have bridges that had like the chevrons underneath them for under bridges. So we've now got that's one of the new ones. There's some different coloured ones as well, some grey ones, green ones. Just a bit more choice. Evening, Aaron. Oh, that's brilliant. That's good. Evening, Phil. How are we doing?
The next station is Ickenham.
I have to wrap up. It's moderate. It's been moderate here today. It's not been too bad. It rained a bit this morning, but it seems to have warmed up a little bit, which is the main thing. Fully agree, Aaron. I fully agree. So glad to have these in there for you guys to enjoy and experience very, very soon. All being well, couple of weeks, and we should have this out.
Ickenham. This is an all-station Metropolitan Line train to Uxbridge. The next station is Hillingdon.
Hillingdon. I shall have the station ambient audio sound domes imprinted into my mind forever for the amount of times that I've spent in these stations this last couple of months. It's that bad. When I say bad, it's been that bad that I've started like saying them out on Discord while we've been working just to annoy everyone. Metropolitan line service or Jubilee line service at Wembley Park is one of the ones I like to shout out randomly. Sell stuff, yes. Hang on. So in the pick and mix sale beginning tomorrow, you've got basically buy any 2 for 30, any 3 for £40, any 4 for £50. The items that are going in that sale are Midland Main Line, Nottingham Lincoln Extension, Nottingham Lincoln Standalone, DNL Standalone, Sheffield to Derby, DNL Extension, which is Derby Nottingham Lincoln Extension. No, sorry, Derby Nottingham Less, not Lincoln. South Western Expressways to Reading, Metropolitan Line. This one, not the announcement, but you need the Metropolitan base route for the EP to work. London Aylesbury, which is standalone. London Aylesbury Extension. Chiltern Main Line and stuff like this.
The next station is Hillingdon.
And then you've got the 222, the S8 as well. We're driving the S8 this evening. Western Main Lines, then the Western Main Lines Cornish Extension, South Devon Main Line Extension, Class 67 Advanced and Car Carrier Wagons, which are the IPA wagons, I think they are. Class 60 Advanced and Freight Wagons, which comes I think with a Sea Cow and a Cargo Wagon, I think off the top of my head. And then you've got U-Bar Frankfurt 2 in there.
This is an all-station Metropolitan line train to Uxbridge. The next station is Uxbridge.
So yeah, but again, buy any 2 for 30, any 3 for 40, any 4 for 50, saving up to £75.96. So do keep an eye out for that. Beginning tomorrow. Metropolitan line is in there. So if you want the Metropolitan line base route before the EP comes out, you'll be able to get that and something else maybe that may take your eye. Get yourselves a bargain over the bank holiday weekend and enjoy. Evening McRambo and shovel signals, yay, indeed. I like a good shovel signal. How are we? How are we doing, McRambo? So yeah, this is Hillingdon. So this is one of the ones that Benedict has heavily overhauled. You'll notice mainly as well in like the glass and the metalwork, all the detail in the metalwork there as well. Of rebakes as well and platform texture updates here and there, like the platform edging and stuff. The weathering under there as well. I think the glass textures are new as well on these. I think, remember off the top of my head. Is he still here, Benedict? It's been very quiet. He is here. Is it glass new, Benedict? Can you confirm or not? I think that's new. He's probably ghosting. I'm good, cheers as well, Rambo. Nah, is the glass already? Was that existing? Is it? Okay, that's fair. But yeah, it's a lovely station. It was one of my favourites originally as well. In the original Met release, it's even more so now. It's cool, especially when the light gets through it as well. Some nice pictures. And we use this station for our thumbnail of the route as well, which you may have noticed before. Ellendon's weird as a way to access platforms without the barriers. Oh yeah, you can go up there, can't you? Interesting. And there. How random's that? There's ticket barriers there, but you can go around and down. Bye, barriers. They're pretty pointless, them barriers, aren't they? To be honest, let's be honest. Liking the roof, Dan? Excellent. I like the roof. We'll take a quick look at the roof as well before we go. So it's step glass as well. So got a bit of a dirty streak on the glass there. You can slightly see it there. That's fair, Dan. Right, on to Uxbridge. Oh, it does. It massively feels like a new route. It's great. It's really, really nice to drive. I've really enjoyed working with Benedict on this one. Different as well. I mean, we've done route revamps and extensions, obviously, with that sort of same kind of thing with Swex, but obviously it was the extension and then a revamp in areas as well. But this was a complete revamp of the Met. I think it was a good one to go for as well in terms of what to go with, what to work on. It has been quite a pleasure project along the way as well. Even though it's commercial, of course, but it's been pretty much a pleasure project too. I think it's safe to say. I enjoyed working on the route first time round. I've enjoyed working on it again. The Ginger Gang, yeah, me and me Ginger compadre, we've been working hard on this. the G team. Shall go? Don't miss this approach control. Just triggers off somewhere around here. I had a bit of a moment there. I thought I was going to the back of that train, but I realised that platform 3 is the middle one. It's a weird platform.
Train terminates. Please take your belongings with you when you leave the train. All change.
It's 1, 3 and 4 this stage, not 1, 2 and 3. I think it goes 1, 3 and 4 because it's like the middle platform. There's an updated lights in here as well. Bakes and stuff like that again. New ticket barriers as well have been added in here. Let's say barriers, glass partitions around the barriers. I won't open the doors just yet. Just take you for a quick look round. So like texture updates and stuff. These were very metallic originally, so these have actually been they were very shiny, so they've been updated and they're now actually not like a mirror. Uxbridge as well. It's made to look identical. Is it to Cockfosters, which is at the other end? These are the cabinets again. The new Met ones. My green screen's fuzzling around now because the light's changing outside. It's getting darker. James B, good evening. Thank you for the follow. How are we? It's a very Art Deco station. It's a lovely station. These are the new glass sections that have been made. Go around the ticket barriers there. Will, his missus, and his dog have gone out for a day out as well. Yeah, it's the big doggo, Dotty the dog. Oh, you've enjoyed seeing what you've seen this evening, guys.
This is Uxbridge, where this train terminates. Please take your belongings with you when you leave the train. All change.
Never been to the station. It's one of the ones I didn't come down to on research. It was done beforehand. No, Piccadilly's on the same level. They share the same line, so they go back to Reynolds Lane. And the Piccadilly goes off. So yeah, they go down the same route, and then Piccadilly stuff goes off this way, where the Met Line continues. So they share the same little bit of network. Central Line goes over the top up to West Ruislip as well. You've got West Ruislip depot in there as well. Nothing really runs much out. You've got engineering trains come out of there mainly onto the Met. Is there any questions that anyone would like to throw at me before we end? Please do fire away. I will keep around for a few minutes, just in case. But yeah, pretty much the way it'll be, it's £9.99 on release when it comes out. You'll need the original Metropolitan base route, of course, installed prior. You'll get 14 scenarios, an announcements application, the route overhaul as well, along with all the custom new bits and pieces and reworked assets as well. Yeah, plenty of stuff to get your teeth into. All being well, it'll be out in a couple of weeks. Somewhere in this month it'll be out. As much as like I say, I can't give you the exact date because if we miss that, then we look silly. We don't like giving days unless we are exactly certain we know it's going to be out on that day. But yeah, it's going to be this month, so just keep your eye out. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it, and thank you very much for the kind comments and the bits of feedback that have popped up in the chat there. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's been good to show it. It's been great to finally share it with you all. It's been on our radar for ages, working on. No, it was me. Okie dokie. You going back to bed, yeah? Good boy. Yeah, so yeah, it's been one that we've been obviously working on for months, and we've had to keep quiet and not be able to share, but we're at that stage where we can show it now. But yeah, I'm going to disappear. I'm going to have to go anyway because children are still up, so get them sorted. But thank you very much. There will be a stream next month before I, fingers crossed, go away, unless the holiday gets cancelled. But yeah, it'll be a little bit earlier in the month, but we will hopefully be doing some more Hope Valley on that one. So keep your eyes peeled. The pick and mix sale will be on from tomorrow, and that runs through till next Tuesday. So keep your eye out. Hold your sales if you want to buy the Met. Wait till tomorrow because that's in that sale. You'll be able to get it a little bit cheaper on there as well. So there's that. I think we've covered everything. So again, thank you. It's been great. It's been an absolute superb run this evening. Cheers as well, Benedict, for helping out in the chat there. Appreciated as always. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your evening, guys, and we'll see you very soon on our next monthly stream. Take care and bye for now.